We are reviewing the latest City Council meeting held Tuesday, February 15th this year from Farmers Branch City Hall, Studio A. This is the Council Recap on FBTV. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jeff Brady, your Director of Communications. And again, we're doing a quick review of the agenda of the meeting, the recent meeting. And during the next few minutes, we're hopefully going to provide a little more context as to what was discussed and decided and tell you exactly what happened, including the votes. We don't normally include items that were discussed during the study session. However, at the beginning of the meeting during study session, our Police Chief David Hale presented the 2021 Police Traffic Stop Data Analysis Report. Now, this is an annual report required of each and every police department. This study was conducted by a third party for the purpose of determining if the Farmers Branch Police Department has any problems whatsoever with racial profiling. And here's what Chief Hale had to say.
And the main message is that our officers are out enforcing traffic laws very equitably throughout the entire community, and that we are doing a good job of keeping our roadways safe through traffic enforcement, but that we're doing it in a fair and equitable manner.
We also just have to mention the presentation of the 2022 Witness to History Award to our wonderful longtime volunteer Judy Bird during the ceremonial item portion of the meeting. Mayor Dye and past mayors Phelps and Dodd all spoke about Judy's many contributions throughout her years of community service and volunteerism and thanked her for everything she's done to help make Farmers Branch a better city. During the ceremonial items, the council also voted unanimously to accept an anonymous $1,500 donation to the Parks and Recreation Department. Now, here are the consent agenda items that were discussed during the City Council meeting. Agenda item H1 was to approve the meeting minutes for the January 22nd Joint Planning and Zoning and City Council meeting, and the January 26th Strategic Planning meeting, and the February 1st regular City Council meeting. Agenda item H2 was to consider authorizing the execution of a residential demolition rebuild program incentive agreement with the owner of the property located at 3120 Palmdale Circle. Agenda item H3 was to consider authorizing the city manager to approve the purchase of a one-wheel loader in the total amount of $152,169 from RDO Equipment Company through the Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative. Agenda item H4 was to consider approving a resolution authorizing an amendment to the professional services agreement with Berry, Dunn, McNeil, and Parker for Enterprise Resource Management System Implementation Project Management Services. Agenda item H5 was to consider updating Chapter 56 of the Property Maintenance Code regarding smoke detector requirements and collection boxes. Agenda item H6 was to consider awarding a contract to Fuquay Incorporated for 2022 Sanitary Sewer Improvements Group 2 project through the Local Government Purchasing Cooperative. Agenda item H7 was to consider approving an amendment to the Tax Increment Financing Zone Number 2 project and financing plan to include projects that promote economic development for this zone. Agenda item H8 was to consider awarding a unit price contract with Reynolds Asphalt and Construction Company for the 2021-22 asphalt resurfacing and recycling project. And agenda item H9 was to consider awarding a unit price for the 2021-22 street sweeping program to Mr. Sweeper. And finally, agenda item H10 was to consider awarding a unit price contract with Nortex Concrete Lift and Stabilization for the 2021-22 pavement leveling and stabilization project. So, Council voted unanimously to adopt or approve all of these consent items. One vote for all the consent items, and it was unanimous. Now, other items that were discussed on the regular portion of the City Council agenda included agenda item I.1 was to conduct a public hearing and consider adopting a specific use permit and detailed site plan for a gasoline service station and self-service laundromat on an approximately half-acre site located at 14300 Josie Lane. Now, a motion was made for this item to return for further discussion at the March 1st City Council meeting, and this was approved by Council in a 4-1 vote. Agenda item I2 was to conduct a public hearing and consider adopting the comprehensive policy statement on local economic development, tax abatement, and business incentives, and electing to be eligible to participate in tax abatement. This item was adopted by unanimous vote. Agenda item I3 was to conduct a public hearing and consider amending Planned Development District Number 100, containing approximately 54.5 acres, located generally on the south side of Valley View Lane between Chartwell Crest and Hutton Drive and north of Whittington Place, and amending landscaping and park open space standards related to fence requirements on corner lots. This item too was adopted by unanimous vote by our council. Agenda item I4 was to conduct a public hearing and consider rezoning approximately 8.67 acres located at 1820 Whittington Place from Plan Development Number 88 to Plan Development Number 99 to allow single-family attached townhomes, and amending and restating the development regulations of Plan Development Number 99 relating to use and development of approximately 266.9 acres located generally on the south side of Valley View Lane, east and west of Luna Road, and on the south side of LBJ Freeway. Both this item and the next one related to Mercer Crossing were passed unanimously by council. Agenda item J1 was to consider authorizing the negotiation and execution of an amended and restated master development agreement with CADG Mercer Crossing Holdings relating to the development of Mercer Crossing. Development partner Michael Beatty stopped by for a moment to discuss with us this agreement.
We are very excited for the opportunity to, remove the element that brought so much concern a year ago, the 3,000-seat private amphitheater, outdoor amphitheater, and be able to work with council and staff over the last year and the residents to come up with something that is a great use for the property, that adds value to the neighborhood, and also brings a city park to Mercer Crossing, which we don't have right now.
Agenda item J2 was to consider changing the name of Orrin Good All Children's Park to Hoya Park. This item was approved by a vote of 4 yes and 1 abstention. We were also able to visit with Parks Board Chair Bob Stewart and Parks and Recreation Department Head Mike Mashburn to talk about this name change for what will be a signature city park.
We've been working on this for the last couple years, and we really, on the Parks and Rec Board, we're dreamers. We dream big, and we love the Parks and Rec Department of Farmers Branch. You know, we have 26 parks in the city, and so we recently had done a dog park, which everybody loved, and so we're looking for the next big thing. You know, what the residents want. So we thought about a signature park. You know, we have a lot of heat in Texas in the summertime, so we thought, what about a park that people can use in the daytime and at night? Something that's lit, something that will attract more residents to the city.
You know, the name of the park is Hoya Park. That means jewel in Spanish, which seems appropriate because it's a crown jewel of Farmers Branch and possibly beyond. The Parks and Recreation Board selected that name, and they recommended to council, who approved that last night. So that'll be the official new name of the park.
Every regular meeting of the Farmers Branch City Council can be seen live here on FBTV, that is Spectrum Channel 16 in Farmers Branch, AT&T UVerse Channel 99 throughout the Metroplex, or online at farmersbranchtx.gov. This meeting was also streamed live on Vimeo and YouTube. This program, Council Recap, will be made available after each regular City Council meeting and will air after all council meeting replays here on FBTV, and that replay schedule is at 6 p.m. 7 days a week. In the meantime, the next regular meeting of the City Council will be held March 1st, 2022 here at Farmers Branch City Hall, and please remember that all meetings are subject to change. So check the city's website for updates or call us at City Hall anytime, 972-247-3131 for more information. Until then, I'm Jeff Brady, and you're watching continuing coverage of the Farmers Branch City Council on FBTV. Please stay here.